Prime Fire here with Frank Smith.
How are you?
This is my daughter, by the way, Frank.
Alright.
It's Italian daughter day today, so I'm making her see what I do.
I thought you were going to ask the questions.
She's going to ask the questions. Yeah, she asked the questions. Go on.
I'm Eddie Hearn's PA, if that helps. If that helps guide what questions you're going to ask.
Okay, so I'm not going to ask anything to do with today. I'm going to be a bit different.
No problem.
So what do you think makes a good boxer in general in this type of fight? In this type of fight that's happening, like we just in the press conference, and how different it's gone, especially how France has gone in a different direction getting here. What do you think makes a good boxer to win this match that's upcoming in March?
Big punch, that's the key. But you know, you need a bit of everything, especially in this day and age. You need to build a profile for yourself. You need to train very hard. You need to work hard on all aspects of the game. But yeah, big punch is going to be key in this fight.
So in boxing, in this type of match, do you think it's more about the soul, the mind, or is it just about the physicality as well?
A bit of everything, you know. If you can go into a fight, if you think too much, it can be dangerous, and if you don't think enough, it can also be dangerous.
Yeah.
It depends in the character, you know. I think sometimes if you go into a fight without a care or a a worry, that can be beneficial. But if you don't have enough care and you don't train and you don't do enough work beforehand, you know, it can also be detrimental to you. So it's a hard question, actually. I don't know. I couldn't do it, obviously, myself.
So I feel like when I watch boxing matches, I think it's more about the connection you have to your mind, about the control. There's so much happening, like people shouting from outside, and there's so much happening in the ring. You also have to focus the person in front of you, so I think it's all about the connection that you have in the ring to make sure you're always connected with what's going on. So that's what I always think.
Yeah, I think you also need a good team as well. Although you're in the ring on your own, you need to be able to go back to a corner who know what to tell you and know how to deal with you and know how to get you going. You know, because sometimes fighters can have the wrong kind of team who don't know how to do that, who don't know how to sort of generate that feeling of I'm in trouble here.
Yeah.
And you know, a good corner team's always important.
So for what I've seen today, I know Francis is a bit more bigger than Anthony Joshua, but that doesn't faze me in the sense that I feel like Anthony might win just because he might seem a bit slim after the but I feel he's got a really high pitch. I know he's really good when it comes to knockouts and stuff like that, but Francis, I did see the match with him and Tyson. So what do you think?
Sorry.
So that's like with the information that we've seen and whatever we've seen online as well, what do you actually think?
He's dangerous. He's got a big punch, and that the reason people are so into heavyweight boxing is that can all change in the space of seconds, and that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it exciting. And but at the same time, Anthony Joshua has been in there with the best. He's been in with big punches, and he knows what he needs to do. But any fight at this level, heavyweight boxing, is dangerous and can end in a split second. But I think size does matter as well sometimes. If he was fighting me, it would make a lot more difference. No worries, no problem.
Alright, so first thing I want to ask you, why the haircut?
I was at dinner and my hair was annoying me in the heat, so I shaved it off. Simple as that.
Well, you joined my club, the bald man club.
That's the best way to be. Then no one could look. Their hair's receding a little bit. So
yeah, mine went towards 30, so how was that now? Like 12 years.
10 years ago? 5 years ago? 3 years ago? 33 now?
That's 12 years ago. 12 years ago. I'm 41 now, yeah. So just before 10:30, started to proceed. So it's like just picking it all off. Anyway, Your Excellency said something about quite significant in that press conference about the 5 versus the 5. Any inkling? I don't want to give too much, but any inkling of what weight divisions are going to be in at least?
No, not yet. Not yet. Look, we got 100 odd fighters. We want to make the best possible fights. There's great fights to be made, and I'm excited for it. And you know, His Excellency is doing a great job of taking away the politics from the sport,
definitely, man.
and making the best fights possible.
That is something that also boxing fans are loving right now. This whole change and this whole change in the politics and Eddie won't work with Frank and Frank won't work with Eddie. It's null and void now. So we're all happy and we're all happy to see that everyone's getting along, sort of thing. Like just to make these big fights. So these big fights. So the next big fight was going to be Batavia versus Bivol. Who's on the undercard of that fight?
Not sure. You know, obviously he spoke about it up there. You know, Bivol's been signed for that fight. You know, ever since his last one, he wants that fight. It's the biggest fight out there to be made. Batavia was a tough fight. He showed how good he was against Callum Smith on Saturday.
Was you there?
No, I wasn't there. I was away. A few of the other guys were there. Eddie was there, obviously, but that's the fight. I think he was saying about that being in June, so I'm sure details on that.
Yeah, because Ramadan's like
end of mid-April.
Yeah, the end of Ramadan. So yeah, like because even there in Batavia's a big Muslim as well, so he'll be doing Ramadan as well. So he'll be taking part in Ramadan as well. Matchroom's calendar for the year so far. Apart from, will include all these fights as well?
Yeah, look, we obviously got Jan 27th, Crocker against Jose Felix in Belfast. Jan 27th in that evening or early morning in the UK, John Ryder against Jaime Munguia, which is obviously a Golden Boy show we're working together on. February 3rd we go to Vegas on a UK time zone. Conor Benn fight is back against Peter Dobson. February 10th we've got a next gen card, Reece Bellotti against Liam Dillon. February 16th we're in Mexico for the Non-Shinga Curiel rematch for the IBF title. 24th we're in Florida, Edgar Berlanga against Paddy McCrory, great show there. March 2nd we got Raymond Ford fighting on the top ranked show against Korbanov. March 8th obviously we're here. March 23 we've got a few shows, but that's where we've announced up to, some big nights to come now.
How you remember that all off your head? I've got a brain like a sieve, so I don't know how you remember all that, but that's you're good at your job, mate, I'll tell you that for nothing.
I look at it about 800 times a day.
Yeah, but you're good at your job. It's still, even if you look at it how many times a day, you still gotta remember it. At the end of the day, and I can't do that. My brain's like a sieve, man. Like
if you talk about it enough, it doesn't leave you.
I would like to think that, but it doesn't work for me. Since my accident, my brain doesn't work. But anyway, we move on. Matchroom got a good schedule. Anything else you want to say? Anything you want to say before we close out?
Look, it's a big year for the sport. We had a great year of boxing last year. Delivered some massive nights, not just Matchroom, but as a whole. And the sport of boxing is moving in the right direction. These big nights are what we need to see more of, and we'll continue to do so. And there's great people involved in the sport. His Excellency's done a tremendous job with that. But yeah, many more big nights to come.
Actually, there was a question I asked you. I remember. Will you come out of retirement to have a white collar fight?
No. I'm done. Never again. Even though I tried to make myself look harder shaving my head, and never again.
Alright, man, Frank, I really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for your time, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, bro. Thank you.